The three habits that would destroy the brain of any man. I'm not gonna put any particular order, but these are the three habits that I believe destroys every man, and we all fall for it. Some of us still do to this day. Number one is watching corn, man. If you're watching corn in 2024, you are lost in the sauce, bro. This is something that we gotta get over, man. And I'm not saying I never had a problem with it. We all do as men, bro. It's just the truth. But we gotta start being honest, bro. Corn, it ruins everything. Your motivation, your discipline, even talking to people face to face. Like you can't even have conversations with people and look them in the eye because you feel self-conscious about yourself. You're too scared to approach women and have a regular conversation without thinking about, you know what? You guys can't even do that because you're so focused on getting that. You get what I'm saying? So you have to start disciplining yourself enough to not watch that, man. If you get anything out of this video, that is the number one thing that's going to destroy your brain as a man. We all know this deep down. Whether you want to agree with me or not, it's facts, man. It's facts. You're getting a cheap hit of dopamine when you haven't even done anything for the day. You haven't worked out. You haven't done anything. Just getting cheap dopamine. And we don't want any cheap dopamine. We want to be as on point as possible and get healthy dopamine from working out, exercising, accomplishing goals, accomplishing tasks. All this stuff is natural dopamine. You staring at the screen watching two people go at it is not normal. That's not normal dopamine. So you have to break out of that mindset, dude. It makes you depressed, gives you anxiety. It contributes to a lot of things. And you guys can agree. Like I said, I don't care if you agree with me or not. It's the truth, man. In 2024, going to 2025, man, you can't be doing it anymore, bro. You have to start being real with yourself. You can't be 25 years old and still watching corn, man. You can't be 22 years old still watching corn. There has to be, you know what I'm saying, an accountability about it, bro. There has to be. And going into the second one, which I'm a victim of to this day, uh, social media, man. Scrolling on social media. I'll be honest, it's something I really have to work on. At everything in this category, that's the most I have to work on. Is scrolling, man. Scrolling on social media will take a lot of your time away, bro. It will take away a lot of your time. If you actually look back on how many times you were just on your phone scrolling on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all of that, you are wasting hours, dude. 5+ hours. You could have been picking up an extra shift. You could have been working on a hobby, reading a book, anything besides just scrolling. Anything. Going outside for a walk, just little things like that. The best way I deal with it is just find a hobby or a certain activity that you enjoy doing and do that for like an hour or 2 or 3 hours. Just find things to give your mind a break. So you're not constantly just scrolling. It literally fries your brain. So find something that you enjoy to do and do it for like a few hours every day just to give your mind a reset and just to take back your time. Because if you look back and look at all the times on your phone, if you guys have the screen time thing, you can see how many hours you've been on your phone. And man, there's no need for you to be scrolling for 5 hours. Like there's no reason to. I get it if you guys, you know what I'm saying, are about to go to sleep. You did everything you had to do for the day. All right, man. You're on your phone for a bit, cool. But just spending all day scrolling on social media, it's killing you guys, bro. It's killing you guys. You have to take some kind of mental break. Read a book, anything, dude. Besides just scrolling. The last one is gonna be drinking and smoking. It's kind of two things, but they're both tied together. Drinking and smoking, man. If you guys are drinking and smoking, everything else you're doing in life that is good, it doesn't matter, bro. It's not gonna matter, bro. Because drinking and smoking is the main thing that's gonna jump your life up, man. When I quit smoking and drinking, my mental clarity was like, I just can't explain it. It was just extremely better, bro. I was more on point. I can actually think better. I'm not worried about stuff as much. I'm not stressed out of stuff as much. I can actually deal with certain situations head on and not want to quit and give up. When I'm drinking and I was smoking weed, um, I had less of a drive. I wanted to run away from my problems. I didn't want to really deal with things straight up. And I know a lot of you guys are like that too. You guys can't, like I said again before, you guys can't be relying on cheap dopamine. Cheap dopamine is gonna be the downfall of you. Not just watching porn, all this stuff, but just cheap dopamine in general. Like even junk food, all that stuff ties into cheap dopamine. This kind of stuff, it ruins your brain. And I know there's always a dude in the comments saying, well, I smoke and I drink and I still get everything done and I still do everything I have to do. Yeah, you're just getting by. You're just getting by. Your brain is still being destroyed, but you're just getting by through the day. You're not able to actually go to your true potential and tap into that because you're doing all this other stuff added into it. So just because you're able to walk out the door and do the bare minimum in life and do the bare minimum just when you get back home from work and all this kind of stuff doesn't mean that you are just fine and nothing's wrong with you. You are still doing bad habits, bro. Just because you're able to still do the basic stuff in your life, the basic tasks that you have to do, that does not mean that it is not hurting you mentally. So by you doing all these bad habits and you sitting here coping and just saying, "Oh well, I'm still able to do everything I need to do." Yeah, you may be able to get by. Getting by is not enough nowadays. You can't just get by and think that's all it takes. You have to continuously push yourself to your limits and hit your goals continuously. You can't just sit down and be fine with the bare minimum. That's not how it's going to work. So you have to really try to work on these things. And I'm saying you're not going to be perfect, but if you're at least able to eliminate one of these, you can do it to the rest of them. This shit just takes time and it takes effort. That's all it takes is just effort and time. So that's the 3 habits that I think mentally ruins a lot of young men. If there's any that you guys can think of, you guys can put it in the comments. You can go ahead. But I think from the bottom of my heart, that is the 3 main ones that really can set you back literally decades, bro. That's how important this stuff is.